Hey guys, welcome back to another Ashes of Creation video. We're gonna deep dive into Alpha-1 and basically let everybody know what's in Alpha-1 and what to expect. Just a little PSA that comes up on the screen here. I'm not really gonna come up on the screen, but you know what I mean. Just a little service announcement, and that basically means is to come into it with an open mind, curb your expectations, and realize that this game is different. This game is a true alpha. It's not a Western MMO coming over disguising itself as an alpha, as a full game. It's actually an alpha. It's still in development. We're looking at about 2 to 3 years away. That's just my thoughts. I don't know how far we're away, but that's what I think when I think of Ashes of Creation. And I realize that this game has a lot to offer. And what has me addicted to the game and wanting me to play the game is, 1, belief in the project, 2, the systems that they're putting in place that are working right now. And I can tell, like, obviously if the server crashes or has issues, I'm enthralled, and I really like the systems that we have in place. So without that, I know to curb my expectations. I know things are going to be broken. I know things are not going to work correctly. I know things are going to work correctly, but I see what they're putting forth and I'm in love with it. And I love the direction they're going with the game. So that's why I am so hyped and excited about it, because the more when I play, I'm like, this has so much potential. So when you watch the streams today of your favorite YouTubers or Twitch streamers or Facebook streamers, etc., just remember, open your mind up, realize that, have your own opinion about the game. Whatever I tell you or somebody else tells you, you may not like it, obviously, but know that there's going to be growing pains and quests aren't going to work and things aren't going to be polished. And it's not a traditional alpha that you see, I'm using air quotes, that is basically a featured game and the game actually works and it's full of free of bugs and stuff like that. So just remember that there are bugs, there are issues, and we need to go into it with an open mind. And without further ado, let's talk about what's in Alpha-1 and go forward with that. So Alpha-1 currently has the following systems and capabilities inside of it. Hybrid action, tab combat, you press the Z or Z key and allows you to swap between both. So what happens when you do that is you have your traditional tab targeting a la World of Warcraft, and you can just, press tab, do that, but then you have to press Q to auto attack. You can either hold it or you can tap it, and that'll do your basic auto attack of like your sword animation, axe animation, wand animation, spellbook animation, etc. Or you press the key, which is the Z or Z key, depending if you're US or Canada. I'm just covering my bases on that. And that allows you to bring up a cursor on the screen and you aim it just like if you're like in a shooter or you're playing like New World, and that's the recent test, whatever I've done. So that's basically what I have for hybrid and tab combat. You have progression up to level 15. This is pretty interesting. I've only got till level 6-ish in the alpha in my 5 or 6 tests. Every time they boost me up to do sieges, and you'll love sieges. Sieges are pretty fun. If I did the last test, they did like a super stress test last night. I didn't do that. I was on live playing Star Citizen and having a good time doing the thing. So come check me out on Twitch and see what I do when I just do random things on Twitch instead of doing my testing. You know what I mean? It's fine. So let's read what Steven Sharif had to say. The composition of the class skills or archetype skills tend to tread the fine line between two roads. One, we want it to be representative of the skills, not just what traditionally found 1 through 15, but we're introducing some skills that might be found later because we want to test those particular ideas and how the skill functions. So basically what that means is we have skills. You'll probably end up getting skills that you normally will not have access to. But in the recent alpha test, they allowed you to get all the skills. And now each skill has about 3 points that you put into the skill to level the skills up and give it more enhancing flavors. But now you have particular builds. Before it was, you got everything in the sieges, and that wasn't fun. Now you actually go ahead and have the capabilities of making yourself a build. So if you want to play a tank as a 2-handed DPS, you can see on the screen here. That's what I do. I run around and do 2-handed DPS. I don't tank. But there's a common problem with the tank and melee is when you press the button, it moves you forward. That's going to be a big issue for a lot of people. That's something that we put into the test. They are working on that, but currently when you auto attack, it moves your character forward. When you use an ability, it moves your character forward. So spell casting keeps you in place, and wanding and spell booking keeps you in place, but it's kind of annoying when you're trying to tank a mob or DPS like an Elder Dragon. You're just constantly moving forward and you can get glitched into there. So beware, that is a bug, or not intended, or maybe intended. I don't know. I haven't talked to developers or anybody like that, so this is just my raw thoughts on that. 4 playable races. We have the Kalar, Bayloon, Dunir, which is, I think that's supposed to be a dwarf, and Empyrean. So we have 3 humanoid races and a dwarf race. So the Kalar, Valoon, Empyrean are humanoid races, and the Dunir is a dwarf-like race because these are actually smaller. We have access to 3 archetypes right now: Cleric, Mage, and Tank. Ranger may be added in Alpha 1, hopefully. Apparently Ranger was in Alpha 0, and people are very excited that the potential of that coming out. Fighter, Bard, Rogue, Summoner archetypes will follow later after Alpha 1. So we won't be seeing those archetypes at all. Secondary archetypes won't be present at all in Alpha 1. These are planned for Alpha 2. The Alpha 1 map, Alpha Island, it consists of the mainland area between several islands and will be at least 100 kilometers wide in size. This is about 17% of the total world size. At least Steven said that in a recent post on the forums. Alpha 1 takes place in the northwest part of the map. We have the node system available. We talked about the node system. The highest the node system can go is to a village, which is stage 3. So as you know, stage 0 is the wilderness. There's nothing going on. So when you visit some nodes out there, like if you just run right over to Moon Hollow, when you see it, it's going to be nothing but fields and etc. or Mistmire or Drythorn. But it goes to an expedition, which is a crossroads, which probably says takes a few hours. It's probably expedited. 2 is an encampment. 3 is a village, which is the max currently. And then a town, city, and metropolis is next. So those are the node systems that you can do for right now. There are 9 node locations in Alpha 1. Normally there'll be about 18 to 20 nodes in the same area. So we only have 9 nodes currently. A basic vassal system in place. If anybody wants to know what a vassal system is, vassal nodes must remain at least 1 node stage below the parent node. So when the first node hits level 3, all the nodes in the area can only go up to level 2. So just as something, it's a rudimentary thing right now. There's not a basic, it's not a fully fleshed out vassal node system, so we're not going to dive into that. The nodes ZOYs will be larger in the final map. So basically ZOYs is a zone of influence, is how far each node can like overlap into another node and what nodes it controls. The node locations are subject to change in beta 1, so the node current locations that we have right now might not be there. The economy present in Alpha 1 is not reflective of the final state of the game, merchant systems, and player-to-player trading. So you can trade some items with each other. We can have a good time and do that stuff. As we know, there's no loot that drops off mobs, except for like a couple little niche things, but you get like these essences, and currently grand essences, which drop off like bosses and whatnot, are worth 0. They're just there. I don't know if you can trade them in. I haven't looked at that, but basically it's just allow you to get these essences, sell the essences for gold, buy items like weapons and armor and stuff like that. And then you have to craft through crafting stations, crafting people to craft items, and gathering right now is bugged, in my opinion, unless it's supposed to be like that. And if that's the case, people are going to be very upset. And I'm very upset about that, because when I chop down a tree, I get 1 lumber. I'm just staring at the screen right now in disbelief that I chop down a tree and get 1 lumber. I don't like that at all. But I put that in as an issue and hope that gets fixed. Approximately 10% of the artisan system, which we were talking about, the core basics of the artisan gameplay loop will be facilitated by a merchant NPC, which is the crafting. We already talked about crafting just a second ago. Gathering, processing, crafting, expecting to come online in Alpha 2 and the betas. Previously was targeted for Alpha 1, but they had to push it back. It's fine. We got over 200 quests to do. It's great. You'll like the questing. I enjoy the questing. It's pretty decent. We have a guild system that's in place, and your guilds have XP, and they earn, basic stuff. As you earn XP in general, you earn it for your guild. As long as you're part of a guild, the more people you have, the faster your guild levels up, and you get guild perks and guild things. It's simple guild stuff. Alpha 1 castle sieges and castles are zone accessible via the NPC teleporter. So there's like a little teleporter. There's a siege captain, there's an attacker, and the defender, and there's the registration. So a message will pop up saying, register for the siege, and then the siege will be open. You register your guild. You have to be in a guild to join a siege. Have to. Can't just join the sieges without being in a guild. It's kind of interesting to me, but even if you're a 1-person guild, you can join a siege. Currently, guilds are 500 gold, I believe. So yeah, you can do that. It's not going to be hard to get into a guild. The zone includes 3 Elder Dragon bosses. These bosses also appear in the open world outside larger siege zone. There are slightly different mechanics, which the fire one destroyed us, because the fire one in the open world, you have to do a quest chain to get an item to protect you from the flame that protects the fire dragon, so you don't take ticking damage of like anywhere from like 40 to 60 damage a second. It's pretty intense. Healers probably can heal you through it, but I literally got hit for double my life bar when that thing hit me. It was kind of not fun. Approximately 49 unique gear sets These unique gear sets come with different stats, but some may be similar in appearance. Daggers and dual weapons. I don't think daggers and dual weapons are available right now. I haven't seen a dagger at all. So that's on the wiki. That should be gone. I don't think that's there. There's no instancing in Alpha-1. Approximately 6 or 7 dungeons with one almost raid level difficulty. There is the one that they showed with the dragon at the end. I think it's got the green dragon at the end of that one. It's pretty good. 2 world bosses requiring party-sized groups. 1 true 40-person raid boss. I think that's the one I was talking about. Not sure. Ships for island hopping. There's ferrymen on the islands, and you take it to go across, and it just teleports you over. There's not, you're supposed to be able to like take a ship over there. That's not there. A rudimentary character creation. That's on your screen right now. You'll see it. It's basically just a couple presets. Boom, 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 and you're good to go. And that's pretty much it. A UI and tutorial systems will be placeholders until Alpha 2. So this is what the UI we have. If you look at a year ago, their UI was completely different, or different enough. So they're making strides on the UI, and we'd expect it to be more fleshed out to represent the game further. 2 or 3 servers, a 1,500 concurrent server population. I mean, it's a pretty good server population. It's gonna be a good time. Social organizations, portions of player housing, so we can see what the housing is like, and we can register for citizenship for nodes. That's just pretty good. We found that on the last test. It had an election. It didn't show us the winner of the election, but it had a registration for the node. You got 10 minutes to get there, 10 minutes to register, and then a dialogue box popped up that had you vote. If you close that dialogue box, you could not get it back. So just remember that if you see that on your travels, or you see me doing that and you let me text, make sure you do that. And then we have a basic corruption system. You can go red. I put that in the last video. So if you want, check the last video I had. It'll be at the end of this video or something like that. But go ahead and check it. We talked about PvP and corruption system. As of right now, when you go red, the only way to get rid of corruption system that I found, I could be wrong on this, is to die to a mob. When a mob kills you, your corruption goes away. And then once again, you drop a percentage of your gear. I think it's anywhere from like 40 to 50% of your items, not gear, sorry, incorrect. Your items, like your essences and stuff like that, your gear, no matter what, stays. And then it says name reservations, but I don't think there's name reservations at all. But that's about it. So for your $500, you get access to this system, watch your favorite streamers and everything like that. Just remember, please, please, please curb your enthusiasm. You watch the show, it's pretty good. I like the show too, but just remember, curb your enthusiasm. Remember, this is an alpha, and an alpha is an alpha. This is a traditional alpha from alphas back in the day. So if you're older like me, you understand that alphas were just buggy messes and terrible, unpolished, unfinished. Now we have things that are called alphas, but they're like more finished games where you basically don't make changes. We did it with New World. So thumbs up to that when we saw the New World alpha, and we were like, yeah, this is not good. This is not good, Amazon. And they went back to the drawing board and they kept it under there. But they're taking a big risk unveiling the curtain so people can see what they've worked on. They're nervous. I'm nervous for them. I'm very nervous because I love this game and nobody told me to love this game. I really want it to succeed, and I really, really, really hope as a community we can rally behind this and know that we have something special here, and that something's coming forward for everybody, and they're showing it off, and they're risking everything. This is a huge risk because first impressions are everything. So I'm very worried, but I know you guys who are in this channel, watch these videos, know that, hey, we're a collective and we can make this work together. So thank you for everything. Hope you enjoyed the deep dive. Hope you enjoyed some of the videos and stuff that I took from Alpha-1, and hope you understand that. I really believe that we can do this together. I love your faces. Sorry for the longer video than normal, but I appreciate you. I thank you guys for being part of my community, and thank you guys for watching my videos and giving me the strength and capabilities to move forward on this. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys and the support that you had for the last few videos. And this is, I feel like it's my calling to make these videos for you guys. And I just want to just, be sappy and just do that, just do that. So thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one.